again. I am back with you today for, I believe, what I promised you in either the last video of mine or the one before that. A special effects look for you all, as I put a poll up on my Instagram the other day asking if people would prefer body paints or a special effects look. And body paints did win, so that was my Mama Imelda look that I did put up the other week. But special effects was very close indeed, so I thought, why not just do both? Give the people what they want. Oh, got something in my eye. I do apologize for my crazy ass hair at the moment. I just hung washing up and it is windy AF outside. It's actually also raining outside, which probably isn't ideal for drying clothes, but it's fine. So for you today, I am doing a look that I have done a little while ago. It's more of an illusion than a practical look to wear on Halloween. It is kind of like a cut thumb, so you will be hiding your thumb and building up off this onto it. It'll make more sense as the tutorial progresses. But for this you will need masking tape or duct tape or just sticky tape of some kind, as it is a lot easier to actually tape your finger down than just try and hold it like this for the entirety of the tutorial. You will also want scar wax or some other material that you can build up with. You could do it with latex, but it would be a massive job and you'd want to make the prosthetic before you do it, blah 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 blah, so and so. So scar wax is obviously the easiest for this. You will also want some kind of adhesive, either spirit gum or Pros-Aide. For scar wax I usually use spirit gum just because I find it easier to work with. And you will want something to colour the scar wax with. I'm going to use an alcohol activated palette. If you don't have that though, foundation and eyeshadows and all that jazz is always a good option too. I'm also going to, because it's going to be a half cut nail, paint on my nail because I'm not very good at making fake nails out of Skin Illustrator. So any nail polish of your choice, if you just paint the rest of your fingers that colour, it blends in miraculously. You will want fake blood also, and I think that is about it. I'm not 100% sure. Let's just get started, and if there's something else along the way, we can just get straight into that. And I have changed my lighting setup to try and give it more of a warm kind of look. So if you do feel like it's worse than before, please let me know. Or comment down below if you are appreciating the new colour kind of scheme. I feel like it's not making me look as pasty or as ghostly or as scared. So for this I will be bringing you down to the table below and let's get started. Okay guys, so a handy little hint when doing something on yourself, especially if you are about to take your thumb out of one of your hands, undo all the things that you're going to need undone first, because trying to do stuff one-handed is not the easiest. Now this is something that I of course have learnt the hard way, because you'll find when you have to try and grip something like this to undo it, it's nowhere near as easy. And I'm going to be trying out a new blood today. I have tried the Fleet Street drying blood in dark but not fresh, so let's see how this little bad boy goes. As well as I'm going to be using both of these little onset palettes by Skin Illustrator, some Ben Nye Spirit Gum, and if you have seen my latex disaster one, I'm going to give you the same little warning with this. Always patch test it before you use it on anyone, including yourself, as you do not want to have a reaction. Now spoiler alert, I did have a reaction to latex in the other video, so if you'd like to see me red-faced and blotchy and in a lot of pain, go check that out. This is the colour Filthy Rich from Furless, which was a little bonus gift that they sent me when I purchased my brush set. Okay, so with the masking tape, you're going to want to somehow try and attach it to your palm. Now you don't want your thumb bent back too far, as you just want to build it up so it kind of looks half natural. Now, I know you guys can see this, but later you will not be able to. Okay, so that is pretty much how you want it done. Just something makeshift like that. Then I will build the thumb up over here and you won't be able to tell. So you know how I just said open everything before you start? I didn't even listen to myself. I just got too carried away. So you want to just apply spirit gum wherever you're going to be putting the scar wax. So you will be blending it down a little bit, up the top of your thumb and down the side. Working with scar wax as well, you will want Vaseline or something that you can smooth it out with, as well as some paper towel or a bit of material that you can wipe off any excess with, or wipe your fingers just to make sure that they don't get too tacky and all that jazz. Now, just with a sausage of scar wax, roughly the same thickness as your thumb, you're just going to want to apply that directly to the top, and I have a hair stuck. Obviously, if you're wanting to make it look realistic, use your other thumb as a bit of a guide. Uh-oh, getting stuff stuck to it already. roughly the same size as the other thumb. And you just want to do the profile shot too. So if you look at this thumb, it does kind of dip down. Now obviously this is something that would be viewed from the top, not the side. So don't worry about that profile so much as up here. So now just with a little sculpting tool like this, a little pointy end, you just want to go in and kind of draw where your nail would be. Because if you look at your nail, you do see the indentation where it meets the skin. Now don't worry about the nail line at the top, as you will be putting nail polish there and you won't even really be able to tell. So as well, you will see that you've got little lines in your thumb where your finger bends. So you will also want to draw those in. I would recommend dipping your sculpting tools in Vaseline before you go applying it, just because they can sometimes grip. And very ever so lightly, just go in and draw in some lines. Gently rub over them. I don't even know if you guys can really see that, but I promise you there's lines there. Now as you can see from the scar wax, it is quite shiny as well. So I'd recommend just going in with a sponge of some kind. Do want to make sure that it is reasonably clean, which this one isn't. So I'm hoping for the best here that it's not going to transfer any gunk. So I'm just going to push that all over it. And that'll take away a fair bit of the shine and also add in a little bit of texture like skin. So now the color's not too far off my actual finger. It just looks a little bit pasty. I'm just going to go in with the Skin Illustrator skin tones and just with a little bit of Rose Adjuster and some other tones. I'm not good at doing this one-handed. And just with quite a little fluffy brush, I'm just going to go in and just with a little bit of the Rose Adjuster, making sure not to have too much on your finger. What am I talking about? On the brush. Really what I was talking about. Making sure to always take it down as well. Blend it all the way down into your finger. It will not look quite as noticeable. Now with a little bit of this color here, I'm not minding that color too much at all. So now I'm just going to go in with the nail polish, and that's another one I didn't open before I started. I'm just going to go in and paint the nail. Now with a fine little detail brush, I'm just going to go in with a darker color and deepen these lines and around the edges in here. So now the reason I told you not to worry about the top of that is because I'm about to slice the finger off at about there. You just want to do it in one smooth kind of cut. I think I want it about there. Now obviously guys, it's not going to be a nice smooth texture up in here. So just with that little pointy tool, once again, just go in and gently flick up. Just make a bit of texture in there. Now with the FX palette, just want to go in with some blood tones. So just mixing a little bit of black with the aged blood, going in and deepening that as much as you can. And just with the detail brush, picking up some more of that and just trying to apply it to the high points. Now I don't mind using a fair bit of liquid, a fair bit of alcohol to mix with it, as it then settles in the little grooves that you've done and makes it a little bit gnarly looking. Now just with that little brush again, making sure to take off any excess colour. Ooh, okay, there's a lot in that bottle. Making sure to bring it around the edge of the wound also, as it's not going to be the neatest, cleanest wound ever. Put some down the rest of your hand. I would recommend just scrunching up a bit of tissue, just like that, and applying the blood there. And just going like this. Just making sure not to cover up all the work that you have put already on there. Now that is pretty much finished. I will paint the nails on my other hand just to really give it that effect, which I should have done before I started really, because painting it without a thumb is not the easiest of tasks. But if you really want to make it look that little bit more realistic, just pop a bandage and make it look like you're gripping onto it, and that'll hide your other thumb and still allow you to move this and it not look fake. I mean it is, but still a pretty gruesome effect. Now I'm going to take some more of that drying blood. Ooh, goodness. I recommend not doing this in a white shirt also, because I am terrified that I'm gonna get stuff on it right now. Now, a handy hint with working with skull wax and fake blood, it doesn't always sit quite nice on it. It does sometimes tend to bead up as it is a wax, and liquid on waxes usually do bead up. So if you just mix a tiny little bit of the blood with a minuscule amount of dishwashing liquid, it will help blend in nicer. So there we have it, guys. That is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this little optical illusion special effects look. So I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial as much as I did doing it for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, if you recreate any of my looks, to tag me in them on Instagram. I would love to see all of your creations, even if they aren't direct copies or recreations of my looks. I'm always interested in finding new artists, so please tag me on Instagram. Until next time, bye!